Now, last week we spoke about the skills shortage in math and science being a powerful threat to South Africa's ability to innovate and grow as a competitive, knowledge-based economy. With the final matric exams around the corner now, we are joined today by one of Educate Partners, which is an innovative public-private partnership between corporate and financial institutions who've stepped in to tackle the problem head-on. Educate is a nationwide matric math and science revision campaign which uses Ster-Kinekor cinemas as educational theatres of learning. These sessions cover the entire matric curriculum and are aimed at preparing disadvantaged matrics for their examinations. Now, to tell us more about the work Educate does, we're now joined by Spusiso Kumalo, Capitec's Head of Corporate Affairs. How do you end up on TV with this program today, Squire?
Morning, Evan, and thanks for having us here. Capitec is sponsoring the Educate program. We're in partnership with Primestars, who really are the coordinators of the program. This program launched last week. It's a program that really has been running for a few years now, and really the purpose of the program is to prepare matriculants for the final exams. So it's a 10-week maths and science revision using the Ster-Kinekor cinemas.
Yeah, tell us about this rollout. I'm very interested in this, and talk about the response from schools and learners and so forth to this. So I think it might be quite exciting then.
Yeah, it is quite exciting, and I'm quite pleased, firstly, that other corporates are coming on board. So it's not only Capitec. I mean, we're in there with BHP Billiton, we're in there with Samsung, and the response really has been quite fantastic. The schools are participating, they're coming to the cinemas, and I think the most important thing is the learners themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see the learners eager to learn, eager to understand, I mean, it is nerve-wracking, going through that process just before you write your final exams, and to see them participating and, taking in the knowledge. I think that's really, what
we're a country that needs engineers, they say, and need people to build things and manufacture things and so forth. Do you feel that this sector of business is stepping up to the plate and trying to assist in improving our skill set as a country in their operations, really?
I think the way to look at it even is to say the education system provides raw materials for the corporate or the work system. So we are part of the system. It is not a system that belongs to government. And, it takes a partnership between government and private sector in terms of improving the quality of education, improving the quality of the pass mark, improving the quality of, in fact, what it does is when you do maths and science, your options when you get to university are much wider, which is exactly what we want, which is what we think South Africa actually needs.
It's very interesting that you're going the route of the big centres and the response that's going. But tell us, you've relaunched Educate last week. Tell us about the launch, and then what are the sort of short-term wins you guys are looking at?
I think the launch, like you said, yes, the launch was last week. And I think it was just an event to get all the sponsors together and to also get the government representatives and to get other corporates and other stakeholders together. And in terms of the program itself, yes, we are in the major centers, but further to that, we're also providing DVDs to the schools that are not in areas where Ster-Kinekor is available. So it really is covering a huge sector in terms of the education system. And I think that's really what makes this such a special program.
We all have to chip in to make it work in the end. We are South Africa. It's what I tell my friends all the time. We are South Africa. We have to make the contribution.
And certainly, I think there has been this myth that education is something that is the responsibility of government. And I think what we're trying to say is that everybody is responsible for the quality of education, and we all need to do our part to make it work.
I could not agree more. And parents, if you're watching at home, please help with this program. Help your children have a fantastic result at the end of the year. The country needs it. Before I go, I know the matrics aren't watching now because they'll be at school, but where can they get hold of you?
Well, I think the best way to get hold of us is through our website,
Yeah.
www.capitecbank.co.za. We've got a section there on our corporate social investment programs.
Yeah.
This is one of the many programs that we actually are involved in the education sector. And from there, they'll be able to get our details. They can email us. If there's a school out there that's not part of this program
Yeah.
and they want to be part of this program, they can email us. The program will be available again next year and the year after. So if they didn't make it to this year, they can always come back next year.
Fantastic. That sounds like very positive news. Spusiso Khumalo, Capitec's Head of Corporate Affairs, telling us, well, what we all really should be doing. We should all be chipping in with this perceived education problem we have in South Africa. Parents, teachers, government, business are stepping in. Everyone wants a better future for all of us. Thank you, Spusiso, for joining us here today.
Thank you.
Well, let's take a quick look at what's happening on our Facebook page.